beauties, each and every one of them. And I'm the only beast here. Wow. Impressed by all this captivating, emotional gestures on all those women. Superfluous energy they inundate from their inner truth. I am speechless indeed, standing here before you, speaking for the first time in front of a public audience. Let me begin by thanking the esteemed organizers for choosing me to be the only male in this wonderful assembly of outstanding Jordanian women. This goes all out to all women out there. Women empowerment. Why so? Why now? Why all the recent noise and rise of feminism, of women's liberation, and equality? Where have women been all this time? Well, they have been around back then and now. The only trouble is they have been looked down upon, and they have been taken for granted and sidetracked by men all this time. But why? Is it because women are delicately emotional while men are sternly logical? Or is it because men are physically stronger and assertively more judgmental in their control? Whatever the case may be, the one fact remains that men and women coexisted for all of time. This disparity, this duality, this inequality is to be blamed on one menacing culprit. That which psychology terms as the ego, the false identity. Who are we? And what are we? Do we really know who we really are? All throughout history, we are subjected to all these beliefs without realizing that these two fundamental questions can provide, if they are addressed properly, they can provide and shed insight on to who we truly are. From the onset of our nascence, our birth, we are given a name, a number, a set of parents, an identity that is forced on us, but a false identity for that matter. Not by our choice, and certainly not by our free will to accept it. From the start, we are fed into a systemic, dogmatic belief system designed and created by other egos. Our egos begin developing and nurturing under this conditioning and programming of this operational system, not knowing any better. And this is who we become, who we are now. On the other hand, what we are is a whole different construct. You see, while who we are is our ego, our false identity, our conditioned, layered masks that we wear, what we are is our true intuitive essence, is our absolute truth that is given to us. The ego, you know, the Japanese always believe that we have three different faces. The first is the one we face the whole world with. The second is our inner circle face of friends and family. The third is our true core essence that we keep hiding from the world. And this is where the struggle begins. Ego versus essence. True versus false. The ego will always fight to ensure its survival and its existence and control against this absolute power, the truth. It will wreak havoc on the individual, sending stressing thoughts and deriving anguished emotions to maintain its control. Egos are like pandemic viruses that spread, contaminating our souls. The egos will most likely clash and struggle all the time between each other. And this is where the real problem lies, the male ego. Regardless of the conditioning backgrounds of this male ego, it has been programmed and conditioned to look down upon women. Women have unjustly been oppressed, suppressed, and distressed all throughout life because of this male ego. Women have struggled, weathered, and endured this injustice and inequality. But women have finally risen from their jailed incarcerations. They have come a long, long way, claiming their God-given rights, equal, worthy rights in their coexistence with men. Women have stood equally and successfully side by side with men throughout all walks of life, careers, and worldly events. They have done almost the impossible to be justified, vindicated, exonerated, and recognized. Where would we be without women? Where would this world be without women? We are nothing without our women. And we are everything with our women. I appreciate women. I appreciate women because I understand them, I respect them, and I support them 100%. I have sympathized with their pains and plights, and I have advocated their equal rights. Women are our treasures of life. They are our smart, intuitive, emotionally intelligent life partners. They support us. They complement us. And they surely complete us. Men ought to understand them, support them, recognize them, and respect them, instead of looking down upon them as they have been conditioned to do. I know because I have been there. Throughout all my years of practice and experience as a marriage counselor, I have stood witness to women's outcries, their tears, their emotional pains, their mental anguishes, and their bewildered alienations and disorientations, their surreal despairs. When all this need not be, when all this can and be avoided if men only rise up to the occasion and take the very initiatives to correct their follies. Folks, marriage is nothing but a failed institution. If people only marry for the wrong reasons, especially the status quo. Marriage is a shared choice connection, is a sacred bond of partnership between people, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, and most likely in true essence rather than false ego. Our women are not objects. Our women are not possessions for men. They are real. They are as very real as men are. Folks, we have all been victimized, both men and women, by this cultural egoic injustice. It is high time that we rise above this archaic system. It is high time that we join hands together, both men and women, to shedding our egos and accepting each other for who we truly are. It is high time that we usher a new era of consciousness, celebrating our union, our sacred union with our gracious equal women. Thank you.